Welcome to another edition of The Story Behind the Car. We're with Dan in his 1970 Chevy Chevelle SS, and it's for sale. So, Dan, can you tell us about your car and how long have you owned it?
Sure. I've owned the vehicle for about 15 years.
Okay.
Super fun vehicle. Top down in the summertime. There's nothing better than being able to drive around with the wind in your hair.
Yeah.
And just have a blast with it.
And what drew you to the car to begin with, Dan?
Oh, I love the blue color with the white racing stripes and the white top.
Okay.
But I've also always loved this body style of Chevy. I've had some of the smaller ones like Chevy Camaro convertibles.
Yeah.
And I just like the little bit bigger body because that way you can, if you want somebody in the back seat, they don't feel like they're crunched up too much.
And do you mind if I open the door?
Not at all. Go right ahead.
And so you've had other cars. Do you collect cars? Or
I do.
Do you?
Yes.
What all do you, so you have others still?
Right now, just one other one.
Okay. And due to the lighting here, I had to turn on the light. Just that white interior is just beautiful, and I love the gear selector. You don't see that often.
Yeah, the center console is, so a lot of them have bench seats instead.
Yeah. And is the paint original?
The paint is not original, but it is. It's been on the car for certainly as long as I've had it.
Yes. And is it a 502?
It is a 502. It was born as a 396 car.
Okay.
The two owners before me, was actually a Chicago Bear player.
Oh, really?
Who he bought the car after he signed his contract with the Bears, and then he had a nitrous kit installed in it, and then that nitrous kit ended up blowing up the original engine.
Oh, boy.
So he had to replace it with this. This is a Chevy 502 crate engine, racing engine.
Wow. And I see did it come with the master cylinder like that, or is that an upgrade, you know?
Boy, I'm not sure.
Dual bowl. I guess it was dual bowl back in 70. And are they disc brakes or drum?
Disc.
Okay, all the way around?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I'd have to, you know what? I'd have to look. I don't remember.
And this is your information about the vehicle.
Yep.
And I'll get a picture of that so I can post it for people.
Sure.
And cowl induction.
Functional cowl induction.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tough to keep those things working, but this one works.
Yeah. That was a big deal when I was a kid. I remember that was the thing that everybody talked about.
Oh, it is fun. You slam on the gas and that little door, the trap door closes.
Okay.
So it's fun to see that.
And I really don't know the functionality of it. So the door closes and that causes...
I think it feeds less air into your system,
yes,
into the carburetor, which again you need. I'm certainly not an engine expert, but
yeah,
you need the air at the beginning, but once you're going, the air it shuts off the air because I think that just helps the performance.
And do you know if that's the original steering wheel?
I don't know.
It looks like I see a lot of aftermarket like that, and it looks smaller, so I was wondering, it looks like maybe a 15-inch steering wheel, and I know back then they had a pretty big steering wheel. And you got the roll-down windows. Well, that center console really is beautiful, in my opinion. What is your, I see the NOS on the dash. What is your favorite feature of the vehicle, Dan?
I think the convertible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love having the top down. I love being able to drive a convertible.
And driving here in Chicago on Lakeshore Drive is probably...
Well, right. We don't get that many months out of the year to do it, but when you do, you really appreciate it.
Yes. And what caused you to decide to sell it, Dan?
I've got another toy, and quite honestly, in the last 3 years, I probably haven't driven the car more than about 100 miles.
Okay.
It's just sitting, and it's a shame to let it just sit and gather dust.
Yeah.
So, I drive the other one a lot more frequently, and I just thought it's crazy to let this thing sit. So I'm going to see if nobody is interested, I'd be happy taking it home.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you so much for telling us the story behind your car. And it sure is a beauty. And we wish you the best in selling it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, have a great day.